Let's talk the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington football team. This number has run. This thing is now all the way up to 9 at DraftKings. It is 9 at PointsBet. You can find an 8.5 at FanDuel out there. And Brett, when we take a look at this one, this one got weird as well, where Ron Rivera came out and said they might be looking to play 2 quarterbacks in this one. They might be looking to play Taylor Heineke as well as Alex Smith in this game, which is a little bit odd, all things considered. But, hey, look, they're trying to win a game. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do. On the Bucs side of things, Shaq Barrett is back from the COVID list. They do not look like they are going to get Devin White back from the COVID list. So that is definitely a hit on this Bucs defense, standout middle linebacker for this team. Mike Evans, Carlton Davis are both game time decisions, but are both practicing. So we know how that goes. It's a playoff game. The guys are practicing. They are likely to play, if at all possible, if they can possibly get out there. So that's kind of where we sit on the injury front with all of this and the news and notes. Brett, that number, again, has risen all the way to 9 at some spots. What do we think about the Bucs and the Washington football team?
Yeah, I certainly like the number earlier in the week, but here we are. I mean, we're sitting with what we have right now, and that's 9. I still kind of like the Bucs here. I think this is the most undervalued team in the NFC right now in the market. I think this team is built to win a Super Bowl. I mean, this is where they're going to shine. They get pressure on the quarterback. They can they can move the ball through the air on offense. As washed as Tom Brady, as washed as his arm is, he's still the smartest guy on the field. And he's putting these playmakers in position to make big plays. I mean, we can make fun of Brady all we want, but this team still threw for 4,600 yards this year. They rank 5th in the NFL in pass offense DVOA. They're 6th in explosive plays. They're able to mask his arm deficiencies with excellent pass protection and elite route running with these playmakers in space. And if they can protect Brady this week against one of the league's best pass rushes, I don't see why they can't run this one up, because Washington's not built to play from behind. This is not a negative script team. They're best when they're playing from ahead, and then they can force the other offense to drop back so they can use these edge rushers to their strength. So I certainly would have liked to get a lower number here, but even still at 9, I'm leaning Bucs. I think this could definitely be a roll show with Brady. I mean, this is where Tom Brady shines. I mean, and with these playmakers, I think they're gonna make some noise here in the NFC playoffs.
Brad, if we would have given people guesses on who was the number 1 rated Pro Football Focus quarterback over the course of the regular season, it probably would not have taken them very long to get to Aaron Rodgers, who was the number 1 rated quarterback in the NFL. If I would have said who was number 2, it might have taken him a while to get to Tom Brady, but Tom Brady was the number 2 overall graded quarterback according to Pro Football Focus over the regular season this year. And so I think, look, I fell victim to it as well. Yeah, there are some throws that he can't make like he used to could make. The other thing that was shocking to me is he has one of the very highest ADOTs in all of the NFL as well. He is not afraid to put the ball down the field and use these receivers of his and let them go up and make plays and do things that Mike Evans and that Chris Godwin and that Antonio Brown and that Gronk are suited to do. And so I think I probably wrote him off a little bit too soon. I saw just a couple of different things here and there. Yeah, he still can't move at all. He still self-sacks whenever there's any pressure on him. Yes, all of those things. But he was pretty damn good this year, and this offense is pretty damn good. And this Washington football team offense is not. And so I think whenever we look at, that defense is very special for this Washington team and has kept them in games where they probably should have been getting run out of the stadium because they can't score. But I think we look at this number and people are going to say, man, that seems like too much against this Washington football defense. But again, where do the points come from on their side of the ball?
I don't think the football team is scoring many points at all here. This game against the Eagles last week, there was all this furore about the Eagles tanking. But I think what kind of got away from that was that the the football team couldn't put any distance between themselves and a team that was actively trying to lose the game. Back up, there's Nate Sudfield in there throwing to like no names. They've rested the entire offensive line, and they still couldn't even cover the closing number, right? Because Alex Smith, his calf is half gone. He can barely move back there. He's such a non-aggressive quarterback anyway. So that if he can't escape like the first rusher, he's literally got like a 2-yard dump off to McKissick. His top receiver Terry McLaurin is still banged up. His top running back is still banged up. He's facing a defense that's going to just throw various blitzes at him to move him off his spot, and he simply can't move at the minute. So I really don't see the football team scoring that many points at all. So I guess the more interesting matchup, and the one I'm much less confident in, is what Brady can do against a defense. You would think if any defense can stop him at this age, it is one, you always hear, rush in with 4, play coverage behind it. And that's exactly what the football team does. So, yeah, I'm kind of like, if they pass this test with flying colours, I'm kind of in Brett's camp then, like, well, who can stop them, really? Because, I think this is a big test. I think they'll do fine. I would guess they'll get close to their team total around there. It's tough for me to say one way or another that they're going to light them up or just get shut down completely. As I find this side of the ball a bit trickier to think about. So I guess overall I would probably come down on the under 45, just given the struggles that I expect the football team to have.
So I talked about I had a teaser leg earlier on the Bills. Let's go ahead and put that into where it goes, and it is right here with the Bucs. Bucs were at 8.5 before it moved. There are still 8.5s out there, so if you want to play that teaser leg, it's still available. I took the 8.5 to 2.5 to get it to a field goal. If there's any sort of struggle to put up a ton of points here, which I have a weird feeling that I'm not all that concerned about it, but even if so, gets it under a field goal. The Bucs are going to win this game for everything that I think that we just said, which is I don't know how the football team scores enough points to win this game. Now, no matter what your opinion is on Tom Brady, and again, the advanced statistics say your opinion is probably wrong, but whatever your opinion is on Tom Brady, he has gotten it done this year, and it seems as if the longer Antonio Brown has been with his team, the more they have got him involved, the bigger part of this offense he has become. And now you have a trio of Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Antonio Brown. I mean, good luck on stopping that, And so for me, really like the Bucs here in a teaser leg. And if I had to play this game straight, I think I would lay it, I think there is a chance for this game to get completely out of control. And I do think that the Bucs have a chance to roll this one. So I'm all over the Bucs in a lot of different ways. When we look real quick, guys, at the player props in this one, the only one I wanted to throw out there would be if you buy into the Bucs winning this game and rolling. Leonard Fournette's rushing prop is set at 20 yards. Would you not think, and Brett, I'll go to you on this one because, this is sort of a DFS-ish kind of question, whatever, but wouldn't Ronald Jones be kind of the early game back that like you're trying to get the explosive runs and you're trying to get whatever, but wouldn't Leonard Fournette then become like the ice the game running back? And even just on volume alone, you would bet the over 20.5 yards?
That's a good question. I'm trying to rack my brain to think about who they've used to sell games away. I feel like I did see Fournette quite a bit late in some of these recent wins. So, yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I could get behind that. I mean, especially for DFS, because I don't think a lot of people will play Leonard Fournette in DFS. But, yeah, for the prop, 20.5, that makes sense.
One thing I should add quickly is that Roto World are reporting that Heineke took the majority of first-team snaps today, so we might not get Alex Smith.
Well, I mean, that would put me on the Bucs even more. So, So if you're catching this, as soon as you're catching this, if you like the Bucs, maybe it's time to move on it because this number could continue to climb.
Yeah, bet it now.